If the public has a problem with the Southwest Light Rail project in Minnesota, well then put them in front of the Big Bear. It's time for another episode of Bells and Whistles. Hello everyone, Bill Wilson, Editor-in-Chief of Railway Track and Structures Media, with a look at the top news stories we were following the week ending October 29th. Montreal Mayor Valerie Plante said if she is elected again, her party, Project Montreal, would work to invest $500 million in the REM DLS light rail project so the city would have more input in the construction. CDPQ Infra wants to build a portion of the $10 billion 32-kilometer route above ground. Citizens and officials believe building tracks on top of piers would be an eyesore and divide neighborhoods. CDPQ Infra believes more underground work would be extremely difficult due to the risk of damage to metro and sewage lines. The City of Montreal continues to insist that more of Phase 2 be built underground. To the average citizen, it probably makes sense not to surface a new subway system at a place called Deep Ellum. Dallas officials and DART have come up with an alternative for the surface point, and it has nothing to do with the name. Original plans called for the D2 subway to come up for air along Good Latimer before traveling a few blocks north to Swiss Avenue. The Deep Ellum Foundation and other area stakeholders balked at the plans, and city officials asked DART to come up with a new configuration. 17 alignments were considered, and 16 came with problems. In the end, DART decided to create a subway station just west of IH 345 above Pacific Avenue. Ottawa Councillor Catherine McKenney is not ready to let go of a judicial inquiry involving the city's light rail transit system. McKenney wants the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Ontario to select a judge to conduct an inquiry. The first part of the inquiry would involve the review of all records and documents to investigate and understand the facts covering the last 9 years regarding approvals, development, costs, timelines, and operation of the LRT system. The second part would involve public hearings on the project. McKenney's motion is expected to be up for debate at the next council meeting on November 10th. The Metropolitan Council has heard all the complaints from the public about the new Southwest Light Rail line, so it has decided to put the public in front of the source of the complaints. The Kenilworth Corridor in Minneapolis is what Southwest Project Director Jim Alexander calls a big bear. The Metropolitan Council is hosting tours of the construction site to give the public a first-hand look at the progress and the problems. The tricky spot of the Kenilworth Corridor is a half-mile-long tunnel between Cedar Lake and Lake of the Isles. Contractors are having problems with the soil conditions in the corridor, which has bumped up the price of the Southwest Light Rail project to over $2 billion. Well, that's a look at the top news stories we were following the week ending October 29th. For the latest news, go to www.rtnds.com. You can also find us on social media. We are on Facebook and Twitter. Have a great weekend, everyone.